Hello everyone, it has been due for another book reviews. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about all the books that I read in July and August. And if you're wondering why I have not posted in a month, you can literally ask Miss Sabrina Carpenter and her new album, Emails I Can Send. Yes, I will be talking about it for the entire year. Thank you. Okay, we have 7 books today, which is super fun. Honestly, bless my luck, because I didn't have like books that I absolutely hated or trashed. I mean, not like absolutely hated, maybe hated just a little bit, but it was fine. And also, sorry for the construction in the background. And now there's an airplane. Wow, this is going so great. The first book that we are going to be reviewing is Calypso. If you're into dark humor, I highly recommend this book. Alright, please read it. You will love it. You will love it so much. This is an intimate, funny, and challenging memoir by David Sedaris. I want to quote this directly from Amazon because I feel like it describes the book perfectly. It lays bare his own and his family's soul. He spares no one, especially himself. This book ticked all the boxes for me. It's just everything I look for in a book. It's not simply outlandish or superficial humor. There's actually like a story behind it. There's some sorrow behind it, and I feel like I can really appreciate that from Sedaris. Like, somehow he found a way to make a comfort book out of really dark humor. Like, how? It takes some talent to do that. A special talent to do that. Anyway, if you decide to read this, please consider reading the audiobook with this, because it actually has like the audio taken from his live comedy shows, which is really cool. Like, you can hear the audience, their response and everything. Like, I feel like it was really cool. I felt like I was actually there at the place. Okay, the second book is A Little Life. Yes, I finally read it. Don't read this book. Do not read this book. I repeat, do not read this book. I don't mean it as a challenge, okay? I genuinely do not want you to read this book. Please do not read this book. Yes, it has 5 stars. I will explain why, but please do not read this book. Thank you. So this book is about a man who has lived with his trauma for years on end, how he copes with all of that, and how his so-called friends and loved ones have enabled him throughout the years, and the consequences that come with it. So this book, if you couldn't tell already, by all the reactions on YouTube, by all the reviews on Goodreads, is literally written to destroy you. That was the agenda, okay? I'm telling you this for your own safety, for your own mental health. I am giving you a warning right now, so please do not tell me that I didn't warn you. It is so incredibly disturbing and detailed. Like, it still haunts me to this day. If I think about it for a second, I will go on a whole mental spiral thinking about it some more, okay? You're probably wondering now, so why'd you rate it 5 stars if you don't want us to read it? Well, first of all, it's gorgeously written. Second of all, I have fallen in love with the characters. I didn't mean to do that, but I did. Third of all, I can't seem to let the story go. Like I said, it haunts me to this day. And it's been what, 2 months? But all of this still, and I still wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Your mind, it's prone to destruction, and it's not cute. It's not cute, babes. Was it worth it to read this? I don't know. I could not tell you, because I feel like if I didn't read this, I would be okay. Okay, it's about the consequences of enabling others, so I think there is a purpose beyond destroying you, but I don't think the author did it to show you the consequences of enabling someone. You're put in a very dangerous mindset when you read this book, and I don't think it's very good. But yeah, the bottom line is, don't read this book, okay? I I enjoyed it mostly because I saw it for what it was. Like, I saw that this is a book about enablers and how their actions have affected a certain individual. But that's how I saw it. So yeah, that's what I saw. What about you? If you read it, let me know in the comments. Anyways, if you are considering reading this book, don't. But if you actually are, please read the extensive list of trigger warnings, and please consider that all those trigger warnings, they're not just mentioned, okay? They're described in graphic detail. So yeah, just consider that before you actually pick up the book. Thank you. Okay. Next book is Conditional Citizens on Belonging in America. So, surprise, surprise, I took a break from fiction books. Wow, good job, Jess. Good job. Character development, let's go. So I took a break and decided to depress myself by educating myself about the world and its issues. It worked. So this book was well-researched, well-written, and incredibly affecting. It's made me realize the lack of female representation in literature taught in schools and the effects of that. Like how from young we're already being taught to empathize with the male, to understand his desires, his ups and his downs, and from young we're already taught to see the world from his eyes. And I learned how over time this has made us develop an affinity with the male gaze, and how this has eventually led to the oppression of the female race. Yeah, and how, no matter how many times a person can say that men and women are equal, the laws just prove otherwise. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not like one to choose books that touch on hard topics. So the fact that I like this one says a lot, okay? It says a lot. I think they have made it thoroughly engaging enough for me to understand what was going on, because I'm clueless in here, okay? Like, I prefer to live in my own head than in the real world. Thank y'all. But yeah, I think they did a perfect job with this book. It was really good. Now moving on to The Old Man and the Sea. Before you attack me for giving Hemingway 3.5 stars, let me just tell you that that is equivalent to 70 out of 100. And I was literally ready to like give him 2 stars. Okay, 2 stars for this book. Only this book in particular, because I don't think I've read Hemingway before this. Not gonna lie. Listen, I'm not in America, okay? I don't read y'all's literatures. I'm in Singapore, okay? This book is about an old man and the sea. Really? You couldn't guess from the title. Really, you couldn't. Anyways, now moving on to why I was so ready to rate Hemingway a just pass. Well, I have 2 points. First of all, I didn't really fall in love with the writing style. Like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing inherently bad about it. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, it makes you feel like you're sitting with the old man in the sea and you're just watching him work and do everything. That's cool. That's great. I just couldn't get into it, and I think it's a pacing issue. Like, right smack in the middle, there's a long lull of him just waiting for the fish to do something. Like, I would read page after page after page, and the old man is still at the sea, and he's waiting and talking to himself about the Yankees or something. I don't know. But yeah, that long lull, I could not get into it. I put it down, and then a month passed, and I was like, oh right, I forgot to finish this. And this book is 80 pages, so like the fact that I think it's been going on for too long, it says a lot, okay? It's too long of a lull, guys. It's too long of a lull. It put me to sleep. I'm just being honest here. Yeah, you can call me impatient though. It's okay. I don't mind. I understand. I think I am impatient. Secondly, This story could honestly either be about stubbornness or endurance. It really depends on where you are in life. And for me right now, it's about stubbornness. I got the story though. I got it. It's just like, it took a little long to get to the ending and now I'm mad at it. I do know though, like, if I pick this book up when I'm older, I feel like I would appreciate it more. But for now, it's just not my cup of tea. So, yeah, I will read more Hemingway though. Overall, good story. It just took a very, very long time to get to the ending. And this is an 80-page book, so just think about that. Just think about that. Now for Bless the Daughter, Raised by a Voice in Her Head. I love this book. I fell in love with it. Don't even start. The rhythm, the imagery, the storytelling, the sequencing, all so heartbreaking, all so electrifying. I don't know what else to say. This is by far my favorite poetry collection, I think, ever, because like it really tells a story well. I think the sequencing especially, like the sequencing is the same as Emails I Can Send. It's like genius sequencing, okay? But yeah, that's all. Thank you very much. So now we move on to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosophers. I don't really care about that. Like, I don't get why y'all are so pressed about it. Like, just pick one. Just pick a struggle. Rita Skeeter wrote this book, and we all know our views about her, so I'm not going to touch too much on it. But anyways, yes, I have read Harry Potter before. If you're new here, one thing you should know about me is that I'm obsessed with Harry Potter. Like, you can send me Harry Potter memes, Harry Potter TikToks. You can even buy me the merch and I will love you forever. Okay? That's how easy it is to get me to love you. Like, just talk to me about Harry Potter, mate. Oh my god, I hate this accent. I don't hate it. I just hate it when I say it. Anyways, I went back to this book because it's been a while. The first time I read it was in 2020. Oh my god. It's late. But yeah, it's been 2 years and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to one of my comfort books. And you know what? This book absolutely held up. It held up. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's one of my comfort books for good reason too, because the character interactions, hilariously funny. Yeah, and also Book Harry. We stan Book Harry. At least Book 1 Harry. But yeah, stan. And the actual usefulness of Harry and Ron in the book instead of movie Ron and Harry, where they were literally useless. Listen, Hermione wouldn't be alive if Ron and Harry didn't go to her in the bathrooms and the troll and stuff, whatever. But you have to admit that Hermione in the movies, she carried, okay? She carried. But you know, in the book, at least like they had stuff to do. Yes, anyways, I'm still mad about that. I'm still mad about the movies. Sue me, I guess. Possibly my favorite part of this entire book was the fact that Dumbledore wore high-heeled boots and a flowered bonnet in the same book, and we didn't even think he was fruity. We didn't even think he was sus. Like, we all collectively thought, oh, there's nothing sus here, move on. Like, how did we miss that? I don't know, but it's really funny to look back on. Okay, now moving on to Anne of Green Gables. Oh my god, slay. I came to this book because of Anne with an E, because it was so good. So I put two and two together, and you know what? I was right. This book was so good. Are you kidding me? I literally gave it 5 stars. A few pages in already, like, I knew this was gonna be one of my ultimate comfort books. Imagine looking at the world the way Anne Shirley Cuthbert does. How many of our problems are gonna disappear? How many of them? Let's count right now. Dear old world, you're very lovely and I'm glad to be alive in you. Like, oh, to look at the world the way she does, I swear. This was just like a really charming and romantic story with gorgeous writing and phenomenal character development. Like, slay Anne, slay. And not just even Anne, but like all the characters, all the side characters, like they had some growing up to do, and they did. We love to see it. Every plot device in the book was there for a good reason. Like, it was there for a purpose, and not just a flimsy purpose, an actually good purpose. And that's why the character development is so good. Like, author carefully decided the plot devices and the reasons for them, and I applaud them on that. I applaud them. Bottom line is, I hope everyone gets to experience this book at least once in their lifetime, because one does not simply read this book, one experiences it. Thank you and good night. Okay, anyway, that was it for all the books I read in July and August, aka all the books that I read during my mental spiral from Sabrina Carpenter's new album. Oh my god, I'm actually not gonna be able to talk about anything else throughout the entire year. That comes to the end of our book reviews. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, please subscribe, and if you like this video, please like it. Yes, and leave a comment if you have any thoughts about the review or about the books, or I don't know. Anyways, I'll see y'all next month. If I don't get another mental spiral. But yeah, I'll see y'all. Bye.